how do you make a first record, you know? The only way I could think of doing it was to use it as a way to express my gratitude. Starting from my father, who got me into jazz, going to the local musicians I grew up playing with, and of course, including all the great players whose records have been a part of my life. When everybody kind of communes around a good tune, that's very important. Then there's an energy that everybody kind of latches onto, and we all feel it equally. The great thing about having like a 5 or 6 piece band like these tunes is that there's a lot going on. And there's a lot more listening involved with an ensemble like that, and that was part of the challenge, and that was one of the reasons that I chose these players and this lineup and this amount of people. These are all full takes, and we're all in the same room mostly. In those situations, there's not fixes. That's the beauty of it, and there's bleed in the microphones. It's an older way of recording. It's the best way of recording. That was important to the project too, you know, to establish that trust with the musicians. The 3 horns that I have, the players, Jovan Quallo on alto, Frahm on tenor, Roland Barber on trombone. 3 very diverse players. They have so much in the toolbox. They're very different than each other. They're also very complementary. I was very excited to get them in the same room together. I had worked individually with them, with all of these players, but not at the same time. I wanted to create a little bit of tension there and just kind of put us all in the same room as a 6-piece band and see what would happen. And that was the mystery of it for me, and that ended up being one of the joys of it for me. On bass, Jezioro, there's something about the way that he approaches things, even mentally, the way that he thinks and the way that I feel the way that he thinks when he plays. He was the perfect choice. Endahl on piano is the glue of this project. There's a real depth to his playing, and I really couldn't see the record, at least, without him as a contributor. I've enjoyed playing with him. I've also enjoyed watching him play with other people and being able to step back and see what he brings to a band. So that was a very important piece for the record. Coming into it, you know, you always want to find your voice on your instrument. So I picked tunes that would highlight specifically the players I picked, but would give enough room for me to express my voice within that. And I really wanted that balance. As I look at the scope of the things that I've experienced in my life, I have to always carry along the music that I was listening to with it. And so many of the living jazz musicians that are still with us were part of that. Ron Carter, great bassist, Benny Golson, who I'm dedicating the record to, and my father, Michael Alvey, an incredible jazz pianist. The impetus for the record was really just like a simple statement of gratitude for all the musicians in my life that have given jazz to me as a culture or as a worldview or as a contemplative way of life. I'm thankful for these musicians that are living still, Ron Carter and Ben Golson. I recorded a lesser-known tune in Terminal 1 of his on the record because of that. I also recorded Ron Carter's Blues for DP on the record as well, in dedication to him. I'm John Alvey, I'm a drummer in Nashville, Tennessee, and my debut album, Loft comes out August 23rd on Jazz Music City.